What is going on, Warriors? So this is your boy Shin Ryu, and it is time for another Street Fighter Duel video. Today is going to be something that I wanted to actually talk about for quite a bit now, but I decided to hold off on it for different reasons. But I think now would be a good time to talk about it, and it's actually about my favorite character, Ryu, right? But what is going to happen if I actually proceed with that? We do have opportunities for some gems, okay? I'm going to go right ahead and go through that, okay? So typically we're going to be putting these codes here. It was Veterans Day recently on the 11th, but of course today is Hakan's birthday, so we're going to go right ahead. I'm putting these codes there to actually make sure that we can actually get those free gems, okay? So we're going to go right ahead and proceed with the first code, all right? And I'm going to show it to you guys as well. So I'm using my tablet today, so we're going to go right ahead and have a look and see. And obviously, as you can see here, they did put it on Twitter, Happy Veterans Day and all that stuff. And the code is NOV11VD. So we're going to go right ahead and put it in and see how many gems gets. I'm guessing it's going to be 200. I believe it is not case sensitive, so we're going to have to go right ahead and try and be too specific about it. So I'm going to go right ahead and just put it in there and hit enter and just confirm. Oh, actually, we don't get 200 gems, we get 300 gems. Well, I guess there's something a little bit more special for, those who actually went to war and all that stuff. So, good stuff. All right, so we're going to go over to the second code now. We're going to try and put that in. Let's first of all put that in there. And as I mentioned before, November is going to be a month with a lot of birthdays. I believe we still have Dan's birthday. We also still have there's a few other people that also have that birthdays as well. I did discuss it in one of my other videos, but I believe that there's a couple of guys who still have birthdays as well that are going to be celebrated. I do remember Dan for sure, and Hakan was one of the other characters as well, but of course his birthday is already here, so that's already a bit past. I think the last person would be Dalzim. We see how Dalzim on the 22nd. I just confirmed that. So that's the last person there. But we gotta go right ahead and put Hakan's birthday. I know waste my time. So it's BDayHakan, as you can see on the right side of the Twitter page there. And I'm gonna also obviously put the codes in the description as well, so you guys don't have to worry about trying to memorize it from the video there. So let's go right ahead and let's put the code in as well. So I believe once again it is BDayHakan. So once again, it's not case sensitive. BDayHakan, and then that should pretty much fix the stuff there. He confirmed, and we'll get our regular 200 gems that we normally get. All right, cool. So what am I about to talk about today? We're about to talk about Street Fighter, and as you can see here, I've always said it before, I'm a massive fan of Ryu. He's pretty much my main dude when it comes to the Street Fighter universe. Even as much as I like Evil Ryu as well, he's an alternate version of the character Ryu himself, and that is obviously if he does make certain decisions, which we know he doesn't make in actuality, because of course there is Street Fighter 4, 5, and Street Fighter 6 obviously does already address that as well. So you can see him here right now as I use him in my character here. What am I trying to talk about here, okay? One of the things that happened when the game started, all right, when I actually introduced my bro to the game, because as soon as the game was announced, and I pre-registered for it, I let my brother know about it, but he didn't sign up on time. He did sign up maybe I believe 2 weeks after I'd already started playing the game. And one of the first things he noticed, let's go into the gallery section, is he scrolls through the normal characters, right? Normally. And then he goes and he sees his boy, Gal. Where is Gal? That's his favorite character. So he sees Gal, he's looking at Gal. And Gal has a triple S, potential. He's like, oh yeah, nice. This is triple S base character, right? He even sees another copy of his favorite character again, Combat Gal, and he's also a triple character, right? And then he scrolls over, he's like, where's my brother's favorite character, Ryu, right? And then he goes here and just sees that this guy is stuck at S plus, like he is obviously from scratch a B character, and of course the others are A characters. So he did make a little fun about that, and like, whoa, how is my character such a weakling amongst the other guys, right? And I've also tried to do some research as well to see if it actually remains that way. So what I'm actually trying to talk about right now is that based on the CN version of the game, we are hoping that Ryu eventually and Ken, I know some people are Ken fans, Of course, some people are Dan fans, and of course, we do have other characters out there that are stuck in the B tier right now. But we hope, and well, we hope, based on the second version, that he actually does get the transition to become a possible triple S character. Not the triple S you see in Shadowless City where he only has one move, but this triple S based character here, okay? I make sure that I actually got the screenshot of that, and actually I did it to make sure I could showcase both of them. So as you can see here right now, this obviously you can, like, you know, obviously I don't understand Chinese and all that kind of stuff. It looks a bit like, you know, Japanese based on the calligraphy. It might be Chinese, I don't know, but you know, whatever this stuff is, I think it looks more Japanese, but that's actually not an issue. That's not the main argument here. But the whole stuff is that, as you can see here, Ryu over here, I'm going to tap it so you guys can see what I'm talking about here, has the C2 and the C3 as well, all right? Obviously, you know, and you can see obviously when he does, you know, get some upgrades, the C2 gets an extra sort of like buff to it. And you can see Ken also has like a C1 and a C2 as well. So pretty much when they get the upgrade, they eventually become, you know, character can now push you to triple S tier, and now they can also now compete, you know, in the higher levels with the other characters and the likes of, you know, Evil Ryu, Bison, and all that kind of stuff, right? But here's what I'm thinking about as well. I have no idea how it was delivered. I would see if I can actually investigate that, but I have no idea how it was actually delivered. Is it like an anniversary thing? You know, maybe when they hit 1 year anniversary, are they going to just eventually just fully make, you know, the B characters become, you know, evolve to like, you know, like an A level, you know, like, you know, A level to the point that you can actually triple S them, and then they get their additional moves. And when they get this additional move, are they going to become viable as well? Like, they do have strong, effective moves, not just, you know, some weak moves that, oh, you know, we'll just give them the, you know, C2s and C3s or whatever the respective case is, and that's pretty much it, right? If we go back to the actual character right now, let's go to Ryu, for example. I know Ken seems to have been in my view already, but we'll just go and see if we can find, you know, Ryu there. Okay, there he is. And you can see right now, this is the only move that he has. He just have like a C1 here, right? And of course, that's pretty much it. You have super combo, and you have one of the moves, and then of course he has his passive, and that's pretty much it there, right? Very, very weak, nothing to, you know, elaborate, you know, or nothing too fancy about the character himself. But, you know, obviously, and of course, you know, we can also look at Ken too. These are guys obviously representing their, you know, the factions here. And maybe we have to look at someone that actually falls under the, you know, Wayne faction as well, right? So you can see, you know, Ken here. Obviously, he has his moves too, right? But that's pretty much it. And his passives too, nothing too spectacular. Even his passive is actually even slightly better because it does go to like level 4. Unlike Ryu's passive, I believe it just gets stuck at level. Oh, okay, it does go to level 4 as well. I guess just because it's really short. But, and of course, if you look at the Wayne characters, you know, look at Abel, for example, as well. You know, I haven't investigated much, but, you know, the whole point is that they just have one move and they're not, you can't push them triple S. I'm hoping that they actually do it right when they eventually execute it. Hopefully they do consider getting these characters to triple S, because I would love to see my boy in triple S mode. And also the fact that, you know, they've been abused for so long being B-based characters. When they do become triple S characters, they're actually efficient, and you would actually want to use them, you know, on par with some of the more recent, you know, regular faction-based characters, right? I'm hoping that would be the stuff as well. And not only that, you know, because, you know, the reason why I'm actually saying that is because, you know, obviously if they eventually decide putting triple S, this will be character that can easily, you know, grab, you know, you can easily boost them triple S as soon as possible. But you can also look at it from the standpoint of them being, you know, them being, you know, legendary characters where you can just easily boost them up one time, and that's pretty much it. And then of course you have to grind for their garage and all the other stuff, right? You know, fighting spirit and all that stuff, right? But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been thinking about lately with regards to them. You know, I said I screenshot a long time ago, and I was like, no, I'm going to talk about this one of these days, and yeah, my opinion, you know. it would be nice, if they can actually make it much like a Christmas, whatever, because we're approaching, December soon. And the good thing about the Crunchyroll is that they are actually taking advantage of special events that are happening around the world. For example, any holiday that's happening, they do try to bring something there. Of course, there are birthdays as well, right? Actually get things going as well. But I'm hoping it is this year, and if not this year, I'm hoping that will be part of the full anniversary package, where you're not just getting a nice character, you're not just getting 50% off, but then Ryu, Ken, and of course the other big characters do get to evolve to their full potential. That's pretty much what I'm actually thinking about, or I've been thinking about lately, guys. Let me know what you guys think about that as well. Are you guys fans of the main original cast? Would you like to see them compete, in the high level, for example, the challenges and all that kind of stuff? Would you like to see them viable enough to be able to attack and actually, produce results for your team and all that kind of stuff, help through towers and all that other good stuff out there? But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm actually, hoping would happen. I'm hoping sooner rather than later. And if that's the case, obviously the other thing you have to think about is, your characters, how you been pushing them up, how you guys push them to the fullest. If I look at my win character right now, I believe almost every one of them, only El Fuerte is the one that is yet to be triple S. The rest are just going to be a triple S, and they're just going to try and climb up, the ladder till they actually become fully, whatever, fully, max. And then of course, in the Thunder faction as well, I believe Thunder I only have just what's his face? Chairman Dudley. He's the only one that's left, I believe, for Thunder. And after that, of course, we still have characters who still need to be pushed to 5 stars, but he's just brought that already. And once I get Ryu to S+, we're going to be pushing him further. And you'll be able to definitely boost Charming Dudley because he has dupes already. So you can get him triple S+1. We just need to have 2 more copies of S+ reuse, and then we can have obviously upgrade him. And then once that happens, is it going to be a good idea to start stacking up and having copies? Like for example, if you look at my Ken right now, we do have 2 copies already. Do you want to start stacking up and just having 8 copies and all that kind of stuff? Or are you going to even consider breaking down some of the characters? Because I believe once you get to a certain level, you can break down those characters. But the other thing is that if you get a little like Ken here, I'm not starting for just no reason, pretty much because of Aiden. Once we get Aiden to S+, we're going to push him to SS+ or SS+ as soon as possible. And of course, hope for the best because he's the fire character working right now. All these other guys here, the other guys are lacking right now. Hugo, Hugo, DJ, and Dudley, right? This is actually the faction, as much as it is blessed, that has the most for me to actually still grind up there. But otherwise, it's pretty much being your boy Shin Ryu. Just want to discuss, some new thoughts that sort of been on my mind for a little bit. I wasn't sure when to release the video and talk about it, but there's been regular grinds, with Buddha battles. The Wish Roulette, I was shocked that it was finished because I did miss 2 days during the busy period when my dad was around, and I was not able to spin. I just kind of forgot. I wasn't able to complete my missions, which was kind of like very frustrating because that means my original plans to get one of these 2 characters has been foiled. But I'm not really super desperate about them for these reasons. First of all, she still has a long way to go to becoming SS. I guess if I get that, we need 1 more. And of course, with Divine D Rose, we still have many more to go. And I'm obviously more focused on regular roles to complete that. Okay. Otherwise, it's been your boy Shin Ryu, and thanks for tuning in, right? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.